Welcome inside the Cross Insurance Center for tonight's semifinal action between the number 3 seeded Schenck Wolverines and the number 2 Machias Bulldogs. My name's Zach White. I'm joined by Gabe Nason. We're going to be doing the commentary for you this evening. We've got Mark Callan producing this one for you all at home. Gabe, we're through the quarterfinals here in the Class D region from the boys' side. We have a quality basketball game planned for you all today. The number 2 Machias Bulldogs, familiar with this Schenck Wolverines team. They've seen each other before in the season. And Gabe, let's kind of go back. We don't need to talk about regular season too much now that we're at the tournament. But when two teams have played each other twice on a season, it does kind of help to go back and look. Machias, they got out top on the over the Schenck Wolverines, 74-32 in their final meeting of the season. But earlier in the year, actually first game of the season, it was a very close ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. I got some inside information while I was out back doing interviews last time, and they said, as you can see with the things, that at Schenck it was close, at Machias it wasn't. But supposedly Machias' heat was broken all winter, so the gym was very cold, which would explain more of their blowout games at home, right? If you can't feel your fingers, you can't exactly shoot great, right? So that may have played a factor, it may not have.
Unconfirmed to us.
Yeah, but I do know that it was broken. I can't tell you if that changed anything, but certainly these two teams are similar in many ways, but I would say very different at the same time. Schenck has their bigs are very strong, physical, sit in the paint type of guys, whereas Machias is more agile at every position, including the bigs. Shane Feeney is going to play a lot of power forward in this game, down in the paint. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be backing people down, because he doesn't. But he's going to sit at that high post most of the time, curl off it, get a jumper, get a layup. And that's what they'll do consistently. He's going to touch the ball basically every time down the floor.
Yeah, and you want to speak about heat. These two teams can get hot. They can score the basketball. And at the end of the day, what wins you championships, as the old adage goes, is defense. So really, in my opinion, it's going to boil down to which of these two teams can sit and defend on the defensive side at a higher rate and higher clip. And we thank you all for joining us here on the Eastern Maine Sports Media pregame show. At this time, we want to take the opportunity to thank some of the sponsors who have helped make these broadcasts free and available. Simply Transportation, Downtown with Rich Kimball, Black Bear Crane, Bangor Grand Hotel, Dexter Municipal Golf Course, Ames Chiropractic, Rowell's Garage, Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union, Kimball Insurance, Herring Brothers, Emery Lee & Sons, and C&K Variety. If you need a place to stay during tourney week, check out the Bangor Grand Hotel and make it your home away from home. Check out newly renovated rooms, heated pool, lounge, event center, and live entertainment. All guests get free breakfast at the Blue Sky Lounge restaurant, located just west of I-95 on the northwest corner of I-395 and Audlin Road in Bangor. Make Bangor Grand your tournament stay. Black Bear Cranes, a family-owned and operated crane and rigging service provider located in Herman, covering the state of Maine with cranes from 27 to 240 tons. From roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast erection to modular home and communications equipment. Call 977-BEAR today. We would also like to thank Emery Lee & Sons. They've been a family-owned and operated business since 1963, who take pride in their exceptional services and always offer free estimates. There's no job too large or too small, and they have a vast range of services, including excavations, foundations, precast septic tanks, blocks, etc. Call them at 207-723-8850 or go to the website emery-lee-sons-inc.business.site. Downtown with Rich Kimball is proud to be a sponsor of coverage of the 2023 high school basketball tournament. Downtown is the place to turn for entertainment, sports, and radio's best guest list. Weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. on WZON, AM 620, and streaming worldwide at downtownwithrichkimball.com. We would like to thank Simply Transportation for sponsoring our tournament coverage. They have reliable shipping, freight, brokerage, and warehousing. And they've been a family business since 1910 and have offered a great service for just as long. Go to simplytransport.com to get a quote today. Dexter Municipal Golf Course is opening up membership enrollment for the 2023 season. Individual adult memberships start at $450, but capture a 10% discount if paid by April 15th. Dexter Muni is also offering a 20% discount to those who weren't members last season. That's unlimited greens fees at Dexter Municipal Golf Course in the 2023 season for only $360. The early bird gets the worm. Call 924-2245 for more info. That's 924-2245. All right, with that, let's swing it on over to a brief commercial break. and we're going to rejoin you in a moment as we wind down the Eastern Maine Sports Media pregame show.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
To Ral's Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Ral's Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Ral's Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Busy with places to go, things to do, people to see. Let Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union make managing your money easy with mobile services, bill pay, Apple Pay, mobile deposit, and more. We're as close as your phone. Now serving all of Piscataquis, Penobscot, and Somerset counties. Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union. Personal service, shared value. MHFCU.com.
Folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation: that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the MPA and the Maine Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back here as we wind down the Eastern Maine Sports Media pregame show as we await tonight's semifinal action between the number 2 seed Machias Bulldogs and the number 3 seed Schenck Wolverines. 2 minutes and 26 seconds remaining on the pregame clock. Gabe, why don't we get into the X's and O's of this one?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for both these teams, last round, it was a high-scoring affair. Schenck scored 60 in theirs, and Machias scored 71. 71 for Machias was helped out quite a lot by the 35 that Shane Feeney put up. 21 rebounds in that game, too, so all-around pretty great performance by him. But the thing out of all the numbers from their quarterfinal matchups that really impressed me was Schenck limited Richie from Katahdin, their best scorer, to 10 points in that game. And 10 points is a quiet 10 points, which is not like him. They really just played fantastic team a lot. Ryan Ingalls led them in that game. He had 16 and 16. Pretty great game for him. Brady McAvoy, huge for them. He had 18 and 11. And then the kind of dark horse, really big player for them in that game that helped them pull away. Mason McDonough had 14, had a rebound, 3 assists, 3 steals, but that still isn't enough to magnify how great he was for them. And so I think it really will come down to post play and interior defense. I mean, when Shane Feeney has 21 points, he's going to try and get on the glass. But you've got Ryan Ingles and Brady McAvoy who combined for 27 against him. So I would expect you'll see a lot of wars in the trenches, if I had to guess, in this game, more than 3-point barrages.
And absolutely great analysis there, Gabe, as we await the start of this one. Right now, both sides returning to their respective benches. The lineups are going to be called, and the starting lineups as well. So the full rosters for either side will be introduced here.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Maine Principals Association welcomes you to the Cross Insurance Center for this Northern Maine Boys Class D semifinal game.
All right, we understand that the lineups in Anthem are a little bit more difficult to hear here, so once the lineups are over, we're going to send it to one brief commercial break, and then we're going to come back for tip-off and the start of the action here. As the starting lineups come out, we're going to read those off for you as well. Right now, the full team lineups are being called, and reading off some of the expectations here at the Cross Insurance Center, and it's been a lovely time to be in the building and be here. It's a great venue. If you haven't already, highly recommend you come out and check out some games here as we wind down into the latter half of the tournament. But let's talk more about tonight's action. Gabe, some of the keys of the game I have, and you might have mentioned it a moment ago, but the defense that they played on, Schenck played on Richie in that first round for Katahdin, you have to mirror that against Shane Feeney to the best of your ability, which you brought up. If you can try and limit Feeney, that can lead to some success. It's a lot easier said than done, and I think for Machias, it boils down to playing disciplined half-court defense and try not to give up the basketball, because turnovers can be another key part to how the Wolverines like to get out, get some easy buckets. When they did that against Katahdin, it kind of flipped the game on its head.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these two teams are, they're dominated by their defense, right? You're going to see great defense from both sides. I would expect Mason McDonough, like I said before, but even more so in this game to be, if they win, he'll be a very quiet hero because it means he held Shane Feeney to a pretty less than stellar game for his standards. Just to point out how great great the interior offense is and how little these teams shoot. Schenck made 1 3 all game. In a game they scored 60. Machias hits 2 in a game where they score 71. So you're going to see a lot of in the paint game tonight.
Yeah, I guess that is a clear indication that you're going to see some action in the paint. And Ingles inside, Feeney inside, McAvoy from last game as well for the Wolverines. You've got a lot of players to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to throw in a name really quick before they do starting lineups, Ethan Foss from Machias, great defender. He's going to make a difference in this game too.
Now Gabe Whitehouse, the first starter there for the Wolverines. Coming out now for the Bulldogs, number 10, Ethan Foss. Nick Powers now being called for the Wolverines. And number 22 for Machias, Bobby Richardson. There's Mason McDonough now for the Schenck Wolverines. And then Mickey Fitzsimmons, number 24 for the Bulldogs. Ryan Ingles, captain for the Wolverines, now called, number 22. And number 30 for the Bulldogs, Shane Feeney. Brady McAvoy starting at center, number 35 for the Wolverines. And the final starter, Kason Ferguson for the Bulldogs. We're going to send it to one quick break and rejoin you in a moment.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. To Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing a vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Timeout!
All right! Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the MPA and the Maine Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back here. The national anthem just occurred. You can't always hear it the greatest at home with the setup we have here, so went to a quick break during that. Now we return to the action. In case you are joining us now or didn't hear it while the starters were announced, I'm going to read on down through the starting lineups for the Schenck Wolverines. Number 5, Gabe Whitehouse. Number 11, Nick Powers. Number 12, Mason McDonough. Number 22, Ryan Ingalls. Number 35, Brady McAvoy.
Yeah, for Machias starters, we got number 10, Ethan Foss. Number 22, Bobby Richardson. Number 24, Mickey Fitzsimmons. Number 30, Shane Feeney. And number 33, Kaysen Ferguson.
And it's Shane Feeney and Ingalls on the tip, controlled by Feeney and the Bulldogs, and away we go. It's going to start Bulldog basketball here. Now swung to the wing, given back up to the top of the key. That's Mickey Fitzsimmons now. Zone defense to start.
Looks like a triangle in 2, maybe.
Yeah. I believe it is there, Gabe. Different look by the Wolverines thrown out there. Shot played up at the top of the key for Fitzsimmons. That shot off the mark, rebounded by Schenck, now going the other way. That's Whitehouse with it. Plays it over to McDonough. McDonough kicks to the corner, back out to him now. Top of the key to Whitehouse. Pulls up. Right side corner was Powers, and it's stolen away now. Mickey Fitzsimmons in transition. Euro step. Throws it up at the right. Off the mark at the rim. Rebound by Ingalls. Played all the way down court to Brady McAvoy. Almost caught that on the opposite free throw line, Gabe. Drive to the rim now in transition. Up and in. Nice take all the way to the rim there by, believe that one is Whitehouse. Yes, it is. The Wolverines wearing their green with the black lettering, so not always the easiest to see, but picked it up there. And now it's the Bulldogs contending with this triangle in 2. Shot put up from behind the arc on the right side wing. Off the mark there, rebounded by Mason McDonough. It was Ferguson who took that shot at the other end. McDonough with a full head of steam goes coast to coast all the way down the heart of the lane, and he's fouled at the rim. 2 free throws coming. That foul against Bobby Richardson.
You can see they already want to push this tempo, which is smart because as McDonough misses his first, it's smart because Machias does try and really slow things down and play in the half court. As many points as they put up, they do like to do that.
McDonough's second attempt now is good. And you definitely don't want to allow Feeney the opportunity to go to work inside. Timeout taken. We're going to keep it here. If you need a place to stay during tourney week, check out Bangor Grand Hotel. Make it your home away from home. Check out newly renovated rooms, heated pool, lounge, event center, and live entertainment. All guests get free breakfast at the Blue Sky Lounge restaurant, located just west of I-95, on the northwest corner of I-395 and Audland Road in Bangor. Make Bangor Grand your tournament stay. Black Bear Crane is a family-owned and operated crane and rigging service provider located in Herman, covering the state of Maine with cranes from 27 to 240 tons. From roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast erection, to modular home and communications equipment. Call 977-BEAR today. All right, Gabe, so timeout taken early by the Bulldogs here. What do you think Coach Getchell wanted to talk about during that timeout early?
I mean, Skenk's already gotten a few good looks at the rim, so you got to talk about getting interior defense, and obviously what you want to do against a triangle and 2, which they looks like
sticking with.
Yes, you're sticking with, and it's.
And on the other end, Gabe should mention, ball was tried to be played into the post very quickly, and stolen away by Brady McAvoy on the post entry pass on the right side. Now the Bulldogs there also in a zone. 2-3 it would appear. Ryan Ingalls has it top of the key. He's going to take a 3, make a 3. 6-0, 5:57 remaining. Ryan Ingalls stretches the range a little bit there. Pass into the post, again stolen away. That time again by Brady McAvoy. It's the second time we've seen him come up with a steal in that situation. Shot from 3 off the mark there. Battle for the rebound, but it's going to be a foul against Ingalls. On the opposite side, he's going to foul Ferguson, who corralled the rebound there. All right, so at the other end, Bulldogs still trying to figure out their offense. They haven't been able to get it to the interior like they've wanted on the last 2 trips down. A lot of credit to McAvoy. 2 steals and 2 possessions.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone needs to step up because this triangle 2 shutting down Foss and Feeney.
A shot put up there from behind the arc. Shot was off the mark. Another attempt there from behind the arc, that time by Fitzsimmons on the left side wing. He might have been hit on the arm as he went up in the air on that, but no harm, no foul. Ball traveled out of bounds off of a Wolverine, so it's going to stay Bulldog basketball. And they're taking it out underneath their own basket. Still looking to get Feeney a touch in this one. Ball played all the way across. Shot put up by Ferguson for 3, and it's good. Kason Ferguson gets a scoring started for Machias in this one. 3-6, 5:08 remaining in the opening quarter. Whitehouse now drives on the wing, kicks 2 powers in the corner, has it poked away, and that's taken away by Ferguson. Bulldogs now running in transition. It's Fitzsimmons, top of the key, kick back to the corner. Ferguson, and he's fouled on a 3-point attempt. That time the call for hitting the arm is made. And Ferguson, he's going to head to the line with a chance at 3 free throws here, Gabe.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you do not want to foul on a 3-pointer no matter what, but let alone when you've got some momentum on your side.
And first free throw rolls around and rolls in for Ferguson. He's got all 4 so far in this one. Second attempt from the line now, also good. And Gabe, we've seen examples already today of individual players having good days in the scoring department as Ferguson knocks down all 3. Speaking of, I was talking about Chase Mercier, who had 38 points in the last game of the quote-unquote morning session there.
Yeah, absolutely crazy performance there.
And now the Wolverines, after the ball game's been tied up 6-6, McDonough bringing it down for the Wolverines. That's Powers. He takes a 3 from the right side wing. His shot off the mark, rebounded long, and it goes to Fitzsimmons. Gives it up in transition to Bobby Richardson, but travel there on the far wing. Looked like Richardson tried to turn and get that ball to the post and the opposite side in transition, but nobody was home, and he decided too late to pull that pass back. It ended up in a travel. Giberson into the ball game now for the Wolverines. And Ethan Libby into the game for the Bulldogs, sticking with their 2-3 zone. Wolverine basketball, McDonough. Dribble drive, kicks it back out to Giberson. And back to McDonough, who dribbles into a 3, takes a long one there, his shot off the mark, but rebounded by Giberson. Ball on the floor following the rebound. Ryan Ingalls, he comes away with it, and that's going to be a foul there, I believe, against Ethan Foss. That foul does go against Foss. 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter, all tied up, 6 apiece. And Giberson now over to the right side wing. That's Whitehouse. Top of the key, McDonough. Passing it along the perimeter now, back to Whitehouse. To McDonough. McDonough, the drive, pulls up just inside the elbow. Off the mark, rebound by Ingalls. Ingalls goes up strong, rolls around the rim and in. Good job by Ingalls to use his body as well, kind of shield himself on the shot as he spun back into the middle of the lane and finishes. Fitzsimmons now He takes a shot that's blocked on the baseline by McAvoy. And now Libby on the drive. Actually, that was Foss, rather. Fitzsimmons has it at the top of the key. Slowing it down for the moment for the Bulldogs. Ferguson from the corner, shoots a three, makes a three. Kason Ferguson, he's got 2 3-pointers, 3 free throws off of a foul from the three. What a game by him so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody needed to step up with that triangle and two, just like we were talking about, and so far he has been the guy to step up.
The scoreboard's wrong on the big board here. That will get corrected at some point. The in-stadium scoreboard has it as 6-11. We have the correct score for you at home. It'll get fixed in a moment. They've actually added more points to Schenck to the disarray of everybody here for the Machias side. But offensively, it was McDonough who took a three there, shot off the mark, rebounded for a moment by a Wolverine, and Feeney ultimately got the second attempt and miss. Feeney was fouled on the rebound as well. The correct score is now on the scoreboard at 9-8. Confused me for a minute there, Gabe, when I looked up.
Same. I was very confused. And then they added 3 to Schenck, and then they added 3 more to Schenck. It was quite the time trying to figure that out.
Yeah, but 2:28 left. 9-8 our score. Ferguson's in the corner here. He's enjoyed this spot so far. His interior pass to Shane Feeney on the left side. Block off the mark. Rebound Brady McAvoy. Ingles now in transition. 2:11 remaining in this opening quarter. McDonough has it, slowing it down now for the Wolverines. Pass played over to Giberson on the right side wing. Ingles has it, high post. Dribble and kick to the corner. McDonough, he takes a floater from the baseline, up and in for 2. Mason McDonough, a key contributor for this Schenck Wolverine squad. Now back on offense are the Bulldogs. Ferguson pass played into the post. That's Feeney. Feeney, nice move inside, but his shot off the mark. Ferguson, the board, fouled on the layup attempt, and he makes it. He's got a chance at a 3-point play.
He's just getting threes every way possible.
To make it even cooler, he's number 33.
That's the truth.
So he's got threes on the brain.
There's threes from the line, three free throws. Whoa.
That's a tongue twister for you.
And then an and one with a chance to have 3 after. I mean, is there any other way to get a 3?
A lot of threes. Kason Ferguson, he's got all 11 points. Make that all 12 points as that one rolls in. He converts the 3-point opportunity. We talk about it a lot because it is funny, but he has 2 3-pointers, got fouled on a 3-point attempt, made all 3 of the free throws, converts a 3-point opportunity.
And in case you're wondering, he already doubled his points since he only had 6 in the last game. He's already got 12.
He's got all 12 for the Bulldogs. 1:27 remaining here. Good ball game on our hands early in this one. Driving now, kick to Giberson. Pass to the short corner, inside to Ingles. Ingles, he's going to go up, blocked by Feeney, but they're going to ultimately call it a foul. Gagnon also checked into the ball game. Last opportunity for the Wolverines. He replaces Brady McAvoy. So that's Feeney's first foul, and that's going to send Ryan Ingles to the free throw line. His first attempt is good. He has a nice looking shot from the free throw line.
Yeah, absolutely. He doesn't shoot a lot, but when he does, it tends to go in. So
doesn't waste a lot of time as he shoots the second one there. We mentioned it, so he missed it on the second attempt there. Broadcaster jinx, but a battle for the rebound gets knocked out of bounds by the Bulldogs. So it's going to go back to the Wolverines. And with 1:13 remaining in the first quarter, Mason McDonough checks in and replaces Ryan Ingles. So maybe a brief breather at the end of the quarter here for Ingles. Moving it along the perimeter now are the Wolverines. Powers, pass over to Giberson, back to McDonough now. McDonough on the drive from the right side wing, up and in for 2. Not an easy drive there, had to do it between a few defenders. And Mason McDonough, he adds 2 more. Pass to the corner, guess who? Ferguson! Another 3! Kason Ferguson channeling his inner Chance Mercier. He's got all 15 for Machias in this opening quarter.
They must have put something magical in that ball between the last two games. I mean, what back-to-back performances like this.
And Mason McDonough trying to slow things down for the Wolverines, who trail by 2 with 12 seconds left on the shot clock now. Pass to Giberson. Giberson the drive, kick to the corner, and Powers. Powers double teamed in the corner off of the zone. 1 second remaining. McDonough throws it up to end the quarter. Wide left off the mark. That's going to do it for the first quarter of action. We're going to send it to a quick commercial break and rejoin you in a moment.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
Busy with places to go, things to do, people to see. Let Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union make managing your money easy with mobile services, bill pay, Apple Pay, mobile deposit, and more. We're as close as your phone. Now serving all of Piscataquis, Penobscot, and Somerset counties. Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union. Personal service, shared value. MHFCU.com.
Folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming.
Welcome back here. 15-13 ball game as we start this second quarter. It's going to be Wolverine basketball. Still contending with this 2-3 zone. It's Whitehouse with it now on the right side wing. Gives it up to McDonough, top of the key. Ingles back into the ball game. He set a screen for McDonough. McDonough pulled up from the elbow, extended on the left side. His shot off the mark. Rebound by Ferguson. Ferguson red hot in this basketball game. 15 first quarter points, all 15 for the Bulldogs here in that first quarter. He passes it inside on the left side. Corner to Shane Feeney on the left side. Block Feeney. He gets the first 2 points by somebody not named Ferguson. And that's how the second quarter of action gets started. McDonough over to Giberson. Pass to the corner now. Into the post to Brady McAvoy. He's doubled, and Ferguson ties up the basketball.
As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about...
What a game so far, not just only offensively, but defensively for Kason Ferguson. My goodness.
He has been truly everywhere on the court so far in this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Demrest also into the basketball game for Machias. And it looks like there's kind of a half-court trap now going on for the Wolverines. And a miscommunication following that chaotic defense there, and the ball gets thrown out of bounds from Ethan Foss. Intended to get it to Shane Feeney. Thought Feeney was going to be cutting to the corner. Ended up just being a pass out of bounds. With that, the ball goes back to the Wolverines here. It's going to be Mason McDonough bringing it down now for Schenck. Pass over to Whitehouse. Bulldogs sticking with this 2-3 zone. Ingles had it on the high post for a moment. McDonough on the drive. He goes baseline, throws up a runner off the mark. Rebounded by guess who? Kason Ferguson. Mickey Fitzsimmons now dealing with this extended pressure from the Wolverines here. Looks like a 2-3 zone. Ingles went for a steal on the wing, off the mark on the steal. Battle for the ball. McDonough does come away with it though. Pass ahead from Ingles to Whitehouse for 2 in transition. Gabe Whitehouse in transition. Ingles went for the initial steal. McDonough finished the deal. And in transition, Whitehouse adds 2 more. 17-15, 5:50 remaining. Kason Ferguson from the corner rolls in for 3. Kason Ferguson from 3. It's a broken record, 18 points on the ball game, 18 of the team's 20. And now working back the other way are the Wolverines. It's McDonough, left side wing, back up top to Giberson. Giberson the drive, gives it to Ingles at the high post. His pass over across to Whitehouse. Kick to the corner, Giberson, he's going to take a 3 long. Rebound corralled by McAvoy, who gave it up to Ingles. Strong take to the rim in the middle of the lane. And Ryan Ingalls finishes for 2.
Strong finish, got met in the air and still finished that one.
Now in the corner, pass to Demarest at the high post. Mickey Fitzsimmons, he's going to take a 3 from the right side wing, off the mark. Rebound, Mason McDonough. Also, I should mention almost every 3 for Ferguson has come from the left side corner. It's been right in front of us here at Press Row. Giberson has it on offense for the Wolverines. Drive baseline, shut off, hard foul. Demarest came down in the air, kind of landed on top of Whitehouse. Hard foul, but both players jump right back up. And there's going to be a timeout taken here on the floor. We're going to take it with him and rejoin you in a moment.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
Parents, thanks for coming.
Welcome back here following the timeout taken. 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this first half of action. Machias, they've got 20, and Cason Demarest, he's got 18. I mean, not Cason Ferguson, rather. He's got 18. 18 of the team's 20. Right now being the Wolverines by himself, but this is still a close ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, kind of feels like last game with Ellsworth and Mercia. He looks like a kick ball there by Feeney.
Yeah, the ball was played in off the out of bounds. Feeney kicked it, so it's going to go back underneath the basket for the Wolverines here.
But even though they're being scored by one player, game's still close.
Very close. It's been a great ball game so far. Ball finally played into Ingalls, who passes it over to newly checked in Osborne. And ball tipped away as the passing along the perimeter by Feeney, but it's going to stay Wolverine basketball.
Three misses, and it looks like, guess who? Cason Ferguson with a rebound.
Just another example of Cason Ferguson bringing the ball down there. He's been all over the floor, not just scoring. And it's going to be Mickey Fitzsimmons bringing the ball up for the Bulldogs this trip down. Pass now to the wing. Been patient for Bobby Richardson on this possession. Shane Feeney, he's going to be fouled on the low block. Richardson got his pass down on the left side block to Feeney. Feeney bumped. See if they call that before the shot. Now they're going to give him 2, so Shane Feeney headed to the free throw line.
I want to reiterate because of how crazy this is. They made 2 threes all last game, and Cason Ferguson by himself has 4.
And Shane Feeney off on the first attempt from the free throw line there. He's the only other Bulldog to score so far in this one. Feeney's second attempt is good, so he's got 3 on the ball game now. 1 of 2 from the line that trip. McDonough passing it quickly ahead in transition, but Cason Ferguson gets a steal. And now Feeney bringing it down for the Bulldogs. Gives it up to Bobby Richardson. Pass out to Fitzsimmons. To Feeney. Ball almost ended up in our lap here, Gabe, but Shane Feeney, he's tall and he can stretch, and he caught that ball, saves a turnover. Pass back to the corner. Cason Ferguson from 3, off the mark. I think first time I've said that all day. Rebound on the weak side by Richardson, and Bobby Richardson adds 2 points.
Yeah, I believe you're right. I think that is his very first miss of the ball game.
It definitely feels that way. And it's a 23-17 advantage now for the Bulldogs. 2:55 remaining in the half. At the halftime, we're going to have Brian Seidlinger come join us. Travel there on the other end for the Wolverines, so it's a turnover. Might know him from Channel 5. Brian Seidlinger, really appreciate him joining us. Still 2 minutes and 47 seconds before we get there. Fitzsimmons bringing the ball down for the Bulldogs. Pass over to Richardson to Feeney. He's going to take a shot from the left side corner. Off the mark. Knocked out of bounds. Going to stay with the Bulldogs. Gabe, that was another situation where there could have been a foul called on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, absolutely. It didn't look like they gave him any space to land. Looks like he landed on top of the guy. I'm actually surprised there wasn't a foul call there, but, you know, it is what it is.
And Feeney, he catches it off of the inbounds. Takes it. Grown man's move all the way to the rim on a spin, and Shane Feeney adds 2 more. Now Mason McDonough bringing the ball down for the Wolverines. He's got it the right side wing. Pass over to Ingles. Wolverines trying to end a little bit of a drought here. Pass inside to Brady McAvoy. His shot off the mark. Rebounded in strong side by Gagnon. Cross court in the right side wing to McDonough. Short corner now to Brady McAvoy up top now. Extra pass played over to Gabe Brown. Shot thrown up at the rim by Ingles, who caught it on the low block. Off the mark and a foul called. Wolverines trying to find a basket here and find an answer for this little run by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, absolutely. Machias has played great defense on the other end.
And did you say that was a 3rd foul against Brady McAvoy in this quarter? I thought originally it was against Ingles. But either way, if it's it's definitely his 2nd. So it's either Brady McAvoy's 2nd or 3rd. The way he's headed to the bench, it might be his 3rd.
Yeah, I believe they did say 3rd.
And we're going to have a timeout taken. It's going to be a 30-second break. We're going to take it with him and rejoin you in a moment.
Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Welcome back here. Following the timeout taken by, I believe, the Bulldogs on their end. 1:53 remaining, 25-17 the score. Bulldog basketball. Played in now to Mickey Fitzsimmons. He's going to be bringing it down. Kind of a 3-2 half-court trap. Pass played into Feeney. He goes all the way to the rim. His shot at the rim off the mark. A lot of contact, and that's going to be a foul underneath. Feeney missed his 1st and 2nd attempt and just kind of kept batting it at the rim. And that's going to be a foul, I believe, against the Wolverines. It's going to be 1-1. Shane Feeney doesn't realize it, but he's headed to the free throw line. Now quite understands he's headed. And it's going to be a 1-1 opportunity. That's a 7th team foul against the Wolverines here. Shane Feeney, 1st attempt from the line, good. So he's earned himself another attempt from the free throw line here.
You know, I'm surprised it went away from the triangle and 2. I guess it's probably because McAvoy had the fouls, but it was really shutting down Feeney for a while there.
And 2nd attempt from the line for Feeney, no good. In transition and working fast now are the Wolverines. Brown has it in the corner. Intended to pass that ball inside, but not able to control it, and a turnover there. Feeney, he comes up with it. 1:24 remaining here in this first half of action. Fitzsimmons has it now. He plays it over to Foss, who takes a 3. His shot off the mark. Battle for the rebound. Shane Feeney comes away with it for the Bulldogs. Top of the key now, Mickey Fitzsimmons getting the offense set. Looking to take their time on this possession, at least for the moment. Ferguson plays it into the post, and then Feeney makes a move on the left side block. His layup off the mark. But it's dribbled and ultimately not quite controlled. Ball goes out of bounds off of Ingles. It's going to be Bulldog basketball underneath the basket here. 56.6 on the clock. 26-17. Pass along the baseline to Foss. Played into Feeney on the right side block. Gets a double team, throws a shot up, off the mark. Shane Feeney skies in for the rebound. And Feeney's going to go back to the free throw line.
I'll tell you what, he makes rebounding look really easy.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't always have the position, but his arms are so long. He just reaches out and plucks it out of the air, goes right back up with it.
And Feeney now headed back to the free throw line. 1-on-1 opportunity. His first is good. 3 of 4 so far in the ball game. He's got 7 points this quarter, chance to make it 8 here with 48 seconds remaining. That one good as well. So it's at least an 8-0 run for the Bulldogs here. It was 20-17 at one point. Giberson now getting the offense going for the Wolverines. Over to McDonough. Back to Giberson now. Pass to the corner in Whitehouse. Giberson has it. Swinging it along the perimeter. It's going to be McDonough. Now he drives baseline. Shot blocked by Shane Feeney. And Feeney comes away with the rebound. Going back the other way with 18 seconds now. Mickey Fitzsimmons bringing the ball up. Pass ahead to Feeney. Feeney, he's going to drive on the left side wing. Had a shot blocked in the air and loses control. It's Ingles now in transition. Ingles fouled in transition. Not a bad foul there by the Bulldogs, as that's only their 5th team foul. And Ingles, he was going to have a full head of steam headed to the rim.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a pretty easy layup if he could get there. So, smart foul.
And that leaves 4.9 on the clock, so the Wolverines able to draw up a play here underneath the basket. Chance to score at the end of the quarter here. A little bit of some difficulty getting the ball in. Played into Giberson. He takes a long 3. Strong and off the mark. Mickey Fitzsimmons turns, fires well off to the far right. And that's going to do it for the first half of action. Bulldogs, they lead 28-17 over the Wolverines. We're going to take it to a break and rejoin you in a moment.
Go and stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business. Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
Welcome back here, as I'm joined by a very special guest, Brian Seidlinger. It's a pleasure to have you over here.
Thank you.
We've been working this tournament side by side on the sideline here for quite a while, so it's a pleasure to be able to come talk to you. I always like to start with opinions from the first half of action we just saw. 28-17 ball game. What are your general thoughts on that first half?
It's about what I expected. I hadn't seen Schenck except for their quarterfinal match. Machias, obviously Shane Feeney, right? He did whatever he wanted in the quarterfinal. He seems to be doing whatever he wants. Here, they're bodying him up a little better than he got bodied up in the quarterfinal, but it was about what I expected. Machias is a good team, and he's one of the best players in this tournament.
Yeah, it's very tough to contend with. Let's talk a little bit more about Brian and the fun stuff here. Know you work with Channel 5. Maybe you could walk us through, one, what that looks like, but maybe also more specifically what it looks like here at the tournament and some of your roles and responsibilities and some of the great content you make here at the tournament.
Sure. Well, we have, our sports director is Ben Barr, and we are most of the time a one-man sports department, and that's Ben's deal. I started at WABI as a sports reporter, and then when COVID hit and sort of canceled sports, they didn't need two of us. And so they sent me down I live in Lemoyne, which is just outside of Ellsworth. They sent me to do news for a while. Decided they didn't want to sort of dedicate the resources to sports with two people. So they left me in news, which was fine. I work from home now. I don't have to drive up and down 1A to Bangor every day, which is great. So my role now is to help out Ben whenever he either needs time off or when there's a major basketball tournament that goes on for 10-plus days over the course of a week and a half or whatever. This morning I was here at 8 o'clock. I've shot every game, cut highlights for every game, done post-game sound for every game. Ben had to cover swimming. It's a busy time in high school sports right now. It's not just basketball. I think people forget that, right? I mean, it's swimming, it's wrestling, it's everything is coming to a head here as far as winter sports goes. So we really need the extra help this week, and I'm more than happy to help for the high school basketball tournament. There is no place I would rather be for work right now, or even not for work. I would probably be here regardless. So the fact they're paying me, absolutely.
I throw work in air quotes all
the
time because it's such a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely, yeah, right.
And you said you've been here all day.
Yeah.
We weren't live during this game, so how about some of your thoughts on the Chance Mercier and Ellsworth game versus Old Town and what he did? 25 points in the first half, 38 points in the ball game. They needed all of those points to advance. What are some of your thoughts there? I'm sure you got a lot of good highlights from that one.
I did, yeah, too many. We couldn't, we only have 35 to 45 seconds for a highlight of a game, and honestly, Chance, we could have done a minute and a half just with Chance's highlights. He was phenomenal. It's, to me, maybe so far the best single performance in the tournament. And you may differ. You guys maybe have seen a couple games. I wasn't here for Class B the first night. But as far as an individual performance, I think that was the best one we've seen so far. I was at Chance's home game when he broke 1,000 for a career. Did it as a junior. Yeah. 10 games in, whatever. Well, halfway through his junior year, he got to 1,000 points. He's a tremendous player. I don't know if you've had a chance to interview him, but if you haven't, when you do, you'll learn that he is mature beyond his years. That is a grown 16 or 17-year-old kid there. And along those lines, I couldn't be more thrilled that we got him for another year.
Yeah.
We get to see him play, for another year, at least one more game this year, and another year next year. And how good is that Orono-Ellsworth rematch going to be on Saturday?
We're so excited, and there's just such quality basketball going on right now, and it's such a fun part of the year because it all kind of comes to a head. And that game was a perfect example of that. But you've seen performances by individuals outside of him as well. We just highlight that one because it happened just a few hours ago at this point. But across the state and the area, it's just been some great basketball going on, and we appreciate, and the athletes certainly appreciate, coverage that WABI TV5 provides, and some of the highlights you're able to get, interviews after the game, and opportunities when you get to sit down and speak to some of these athletes, and you get to see their maturity. It really brings into the full picture why they're having success they are out there on the court, because it's an entire game. It's not just that these athletes are talented, they're mature, and you get to see that through what you guys do and the highlights you bring and the conversations you guys have. And hopefully if you're watching this and you're on our channel as well, you get to see it from some of the content we bring you as well. But more about you, Brian.
I would just like to add too, as far as the TV side of it, with what we do, it goes beyond the players for the tournament. We little kids are in the stands, and sometimes they get in on a cutaway. The cheerleaders, the band, they all sort of get their moment, even if it's just a few seconds, right? They'll go all year, and nobody will ever think twice. And then they'll come to the tournament, and like I said, it's just a cutaway, but it's 3 or 4 seconds of them playing here, right? So it goes. That's what's so great about the tournament. It goes beyond just the players. Sure, they're the focus, of course, but boy, it's all the pomp and circumstance around it that gets included, at least from the TV side. And I'm more than happy to help facilitate that too.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because that was going to be my next point. Was the crowds we've had.
It's been great here this week.
Oh my God, it's been so much fun.
And I wonder too, and I was having this conversation with somebody earlier about, they switched to the 4-game sessions this year instead of the 3-game sessions. And I do wonder if the attendance, whether it's up or not, I don't know, but it feels like it's busier. Even the Class D quarterfinal games in the morning felt busier here at the Cross Insurance Center than they have in the past. And I was kind of wondering out loud if that's because they switched to a 4-game session. People are inclined to stay a little longer or come a little earlier, or both, right? If you paid your money, you get an extra game, and you just kind of hang out and make sure you come get your seat and watch a little extra basketball. I don't know if that's the case, but if it is, regardless, the crowds have been really, really good. The atmosphere has been phenomenal this week.
It's been so much fun. We appreciate you if you're listening, but if you have the opportunity, highly recommend to try to make a tournament game or day. We're not going to have Thursday due to the weather and the schedule being moved around. You can find out more about that on EasternMainSportsMedia.com or EasternMainSports.com and all of our socials as well. You'll see the full reschedule there. But highly recommend you come and check out a game. It's great to see the content that you can see on TV and that we can bring you on our channel as well. But being here and experiencing it for yourself, completely different.
There's
beast.
nothing like it. No, there's nothing like it, and especially now as we're getting into, regional finals, everybody's going to be pretty evenly matched, right? Those quarterfinal games that maybe weren't as close, those are behind us. We are down to just quality basketball every single time they roll the ball out, and it just doesn't get any better.
And it's going to be us bringing it to everybody at home.
And you guys, by the way, you wanted to talk about me. You guys here at Eastern Maine Sports do a phenomenal job. It's been great to see the way this company has grown and the coverage you guys are able to provide. You are a vital resource to the game of high school basketball and high school sports in general. So thank you guys for everything you do.
Well, thank you, and you're going to make me blush. But with that, thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank you for having me. It was an honor.
We're going to pass it back on over to Gabe. Actually, that was what went by in a flash because halftime's winding down here. Maybe we'll just keep it here, Gabe, I think, and can't thank Brian so much can't thank him enough and thank him so much for joining us at halftime here. Great conversation there with Brian Seidlinger. Gabe, we've got actually no time left on the clock. We both kind of ended it a little bit early there. The Wolverines and the Bulldogs, 28-17, Machias on top. Maybe as we get going, we'll talk about some of the stats from that first half. I've got scoring as Whitehouse had 4, Mason McDonough had 5, Ryan Ingalls had 8, and that was the scoring for the Wolverines on their side.
Yeah, Machias' side, Bobby Richardson had 2. Shane Feeney had 8. All of that came in the second quarter. And then Keaton Ferguson, of course, we talked about him a lot. He had 18 in the first half. They got 4 threes in the first half. See if they get him the ball more in the second half.
All right, and starting with the ball this second half, it is going to be the Wolverines looking for an answer from that first half of action, trying to get more than the 4 points they had in that second quarter. It's going to be a pass to that left side corner off the mark. From 3 was Powers. He's still looking for his first points of the ball game. Bringing it now down for the Bulldog is Fitzsimmons. He's going to drive right down the heart of the lane, throw up a floater. His shot off the mark. Richardson, the rebound. He's going to go up strong and be fouled. Offensive rebound, back up, and opportunity at the free throw line. And that's the 4th foul against Brady McAvoy, who's going to have to come back out of this ball game. He was such an impact player in their quarterfinal victory. It's unfortunate not to be able to see him, kind of get the same run he had in that game. I was speaking that first shot good from the free throw line as well. Talking to Brian about maturity in athletes and interviews and being able to see it on display. That young man who just headed to the bench, Brady McAvoy, a clear display of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Second shot off the mark, rebounded by Ingalls. And now it's McDonough racing in transition. McDonough has it, pass back out top. Opposite side to the corner to Nick Powers. Played inside, that's back out top now, McDonough. 3, Nick Powers, top of the key, good. Kind of lulled you to sleep there for a moment, and then Nick Powers pulled a 3. Gets the Wolverines back within 9. Kaysen Ferguson from 3, his shot off the mark. Another offensive rebound on the weak side. Up and in, Bobby Richardson. He's got 3 points this third quarter. Now Wolverines looking to get things going on their end. Gagnon in for McAvoy, who fouled for the 4th time a few moments ago. Pass intercepted there by Mickey Fitzsimmons, but he got the engine started a little bit too quick there. Traveled out of the turnover. Ball back to the Wolverines, 31-20, 6:42 left in this third quarter rather. Powers has it top of the key. Ball played over to Whitehouse. Powers gets it back from the left side wing rather. His 3 off the mark. Rebound inside by Feeney. Mickey Fitzsimmons now. Pass ahead to Ferguson. Drive and fakes. Ball played back out to Ferguson, who has slightly cooled down from the molten hot start he had. Ball played back to him. He had some space for a 3 there, but great patience on display out of Machias here. Looking for a great shot. Moving the ball along the perimeter. Richardson, Euro step all the way to the rim. The second I talk about slowing it down, Bobby Richardson turns, gets a full head of steam, and Euro steps his way to the rim for 2 points. McDonough to Powers. Ball back to McDonough now. Thinking about a three. Back to Powers at the top of the key. High post to Ingles. Corner now, Whitehouse. Whitehouse looking at three. Off the mark. Rebound inside. Battle for. And taken away by Gagnon, who's fouled by Ethan Foss. It's going to be Wolverine basketball underneath the basket here.
Machias foul number 10, Ethan Foss, his second.
Substitution coming in now.
Into the game for the Wolverines, number 3, Sam Jacobs.
Sam Jacobs checks into the ball game. First action for Jacobs on the evening. Ball played in off the inbound, skipped all the way across to the right side wing and back to McDonough. Top of the key now, pass inside to Ingles. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay Wolverine basketball. A lot of contact there, Gabe. Letting them play a little bit here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think probably with how many fouls there were in the first half, they're going to try and call things a little bit more, give them a little more chance to play.
And that ball taken away off of the inbounds. Powers had it for a moment and it was just ripped away by Kaysen Ferguson. Shane Feeney bringing it up for the Bulldogs now in transition. Wolverines sticking with kind of a more man-to-man style approach, but I think they're back to the triangle and two, actually, rather.
It does look that way, yeah.
So that leaves Fitzsimmons at the top of the key. Pass to the corner and Ferguson. Ferguson shot fake. He's going to the rim, but has it blocked from behind by Jacobs. Transition now. Powers tries to fling that ball inside. It was kicked around a little bit, and it's going to be out of bounds back to the Wolverines. Osborne checking into the ball game, replacing Powers. Giberson checking back into the game, replacing Whitehouse. Cole Giberson looking for the ball off the inbounds. He has it. Thought about a three there. Very nearly traveled, almost a shuffle of the feet. Ball pass along the perimeter. A three-pointer put up off the mark by Osborne. It's going to travel out of bounds. And it's going to be Bulldog basketball. Coach Aaron Hutchins calling for his Wolverines to kind of pick up the pressure here. They're going to pick up three-quarters court. Bobby Richardson was the intended pass target through the pressure there, but it was tipped. It's going to end up in the hands of Ingles. Wolverines basketball now following the turnover. Mason McDonough gives it up to Giberson, replacing him on the right side wing. Ball back to McDonough. Osborne pass inside to Jacobs. Great ball movement to Ingles. Ingles the offensive rebound. He's fouled on the second attempt. And Ryan Ingles headed to the free throw line.
Machias foul number 22, Bobby Richardson, team second.
Second attempt from the free throw line tonight for Ingles. His first attempt this trip rolls in. He's now got 9 on the ball game. And he's in double digits now. Second one good as well. Only scorer in double digits for the Wolverines. Sticking with the full court pressure here. Almost stolen away. Ball picked up right at the midcourt line, but gets across before being stolen by the Wolverines. It was Fitzsimmons who tried to play it into Shane Feeney. Taken away there by the Wolverines.
Yeah, it looked like Brady Osborne jumped the passing lane there and was able to get there just as Feeney did and rip it away from him.
Ethan Libby, he checks back into the ball game. He's going to replace Bobby Richardson. 3:56 remaining in this third quarter. 11-point lead for the Bulldogs, who are sticking with this 2-3 zone they've been in for the majority of this ball game. Ball played out to Ingles, who stepped out to the wing. Low post into Jacobs. Back out to Osborne now. Moving it along the perimeter are the Wolverines. Over to McDonough. Thought about a three. Gives it to the short corner and Jacobs. Moving it along the perimeter. Giberson has it. Ingles now. Back to Giberson. Open for three. The Wolverines crowd wants him to take it. Osborne thought about it. Back out to Giberson to McDonough. Right side wing. Throws up a three off the mark. Good box out and rebound inside by Ethan Libby. Now Mickey Fitzsimmons passes it ahead to Kaysen Ferguson, who fakes a three, goes all the way to the rim, throws up a runner, and it rolls in and out. Rebound on the weak side by Libby. He went up with it, but it was swatted away by Sam Jacobs. 3:02 remaining in the third, 33-22 the score. Ball played in to Mickey Fitzsimmons from the corner. nails a three. So Fitzsimmons gets involved on the scoring, and it is raining three-pointers in this one for the Bulldogs. Now on the offensive end for the Wolverines. Pass to the corner. Jacobs takes it, makes it from the corner. So Sam Jacobs says, anything you can do, I can do better. Knocks it down from the right side corner. Good ball movement. That trip down by the Wolverines as Shane Feeney crosses half court for the Bulldogs. The pressure picking up here for the Wolverines. Cross court pass. Ferguson, he thought about it. Elects to dribble it back out, reset the offense with 2:13 remaining in the quarter. It hangs as an 11-point ball game. Shane Feeney, Euro step all the way to the rim. So long. Lays it up. He started his dribble and picked it up from right around the three-point line. Got it all the way to the rim there off a nice pass fake and Euro step. Giberson catches it on the perimeter for three. Cole Giberson knocks down a three there. And now it's Machias working on the offensive end. They get it all the way down through the pressure, but layup at the rim off the mark by Foss. And Coach Hutchins telling his team to speed up the possession here. Giberson, he's going to drive, throw up a runner from the baseline, off the mark, batted out. Osborne the rebound for the Wolverines. Giberson now, another clean look at a three. He takes it, shot off the mark. Rebound Ferguson. Another board for Ferguson. 1:12 remaining in the quarter. Fast-moving quarter. Not a lot of breaks in the action here. Shane Feeney. He's looking to break some ankles on the dribble. Spins, ends up on the left side block, throws up a shot, and he's fouled. Good move there by Feeney. Substitution set to check in. Next opportunity, which will be in a moment following the free throws by Feeney for the Bulldogs. Shane Feeney, 10 points on the ball game, 8 of which came in that second quarter. That free throw good, so make it 11. Checking back into the game, Bobby Richardson replacing Ethan Foss. Also, Caden Demarest set to check in next opportunity for the Bulldogs. And the second one good as well. So that's going to bring in Demarest, who's going to replace Shane Feeney, even if for just a moment. Mason McDonough heads to the bench. Checking back into the game is Gabe Whitehouse. And it's Cole Giberson bringing the ball up for the Wolverines. 53 seconds remaining. Pass to Whitehouse, pass to Osborne in the left side corner. Ingles inside. Squares up, passes it out. Giberson from three, off the mark. Ball's going to travel out of bounds. And it's going to go back to the Bulldogs here. 41.3 on the clock. Ferguson's going to be inbounding the ball here. Plays it into Mickey Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons dealing with this Wolverines three-quarters court pressure. Gets it across finally. Now at the top of the key, looking to set up the offense with 30 seconds remaining. Pass to the corner. Libby takes a look at it. Off the mark. Rebound long to Osborne of the Wolverines. Pass ahead now. Giberson. 15 seconds remain in the quarter. Wolverines working for last shot here. They trail by 12. Osborne. Giberson. Corner. Whitehouse. Picks up his dribble. Now has to find a way to do with it. Ingles takes it all the way to the rim. His shot off the mark. Got the rebound. Put it up. But the second shot off the rebound, no good. That's going to end the quarter. Machias, they lead 40-28 through three. We want to let you know about some of the sponsors that have helped make all these broadcasts free and available for everybody. We would like to thank Emery Lee & Sons. They have been a family-owned and operated business since 1963 who take pride in their exceptional services and always offer free estimates. There's no job too large or too small. They have a vast range of services, including excavations, foundations, precast septic tanks, blocks, etc. You can call them today at 207-723-8850 or go to their website, emery-lee-sons-inc.business.site. Downtown with Rich Kimball is proud to be a sponsor of coverage of the 2023 high school basketball tournament. Downtown is a place to turn for entertainment, sports, and radio's best guest list weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. on WZON, AM 620, and streaming worldwide at downtownwithrichkimball.com. We would like to thank Sibley Transportation for sponsoring our tournament coverage. They have reliable shipping, freight, brokerage, and warehousing, and they've been a family business since 1910 and have offered great service for just as long. Go to sibleytransport.com to get a quote today. All right, Gabe, 8 minutes on the clock. Wolverines trail by 12. What do you think they were talking about in the quarter break there?
I mean, you got to keep the ball out of Feeney's hands, right? He's killed you in the second and third quarters. He's the difference in this game right now. Obviously keep doing what you're doing offensively too.
And it was the Bulldogs who started the possession here in the fourth quarter. They took a three about 5 seconds in, and it's rebounded now by Jacobs. He gives it up to Ingles of the Wolverines in transition. He throws it up from just inside the free throw line, off the mark, and Brady McAvoy, who had checked back into the ball game, just fouled out. Brady McAvoy was battling for the rebound there, Gabe. And just kind of ended up in an unfortunate position as the ball was coming down. It's rebounded inside. And that's going to be the fifth and disqualifying foul for Brady McAvoy, who never truly was able to get his feet under him in this game with the foul trouble.
Yeah, absolutely, and that hurts Schenck a lot, obviously. He had a great game in their quarterfinal game. Big interior presence. It hurts not to have him out there.
And he's a great kid. You hate to see him foul out in this one. But the Wolverines are going to have to fight and claw to try to get back into this ball game with 7:28 on the clock. Fitzsimmons, his pass over to Foss, who gives it up to Feeney. Feeney drives all the way from the left side corner. Euro step again. Up and in for two at the rim.
He uses that Euro step very well, not just to move out of the way, but if somebody's coming straight at him, it's to get out of the way real quick and keep going.
And now, Wolverines looking to find an answer offensively. It's going to be Powers taking a three. His shot off the mark. And rebound goes to Foss. Feels like the Wolverines have not had an offensive answer for this 2-3 zone so far on the day for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, absolutely. It started off hot for them, but since McAvoy came out and they lost that interior presence with that 2-3, they've struggled because they're not a shooting team, really. They like to try and get to the bucket, and they haven't been able to do that.
And on the other end, it was a foul there by Powers. We're going to have a timeout taken here. We're going to keep it here. I'll let you know about some of the sponsors. Dexter Municipal Golf Course is opening up membership enrollment for the 2023 season. Individual adult memberships start at $450, but capture a 10% discount if paid by April 15th. Dexter Muni is also offering a 20% discount to those who weren't members last season. That's unlimited greens fees at Dexter Municipal Golf Course in the 2023 season for only $360. The early bird gets a worm. Call 924-2245 for more info. That's 924-2245. Sorry there, had a cough. Had the cough bug there for a moment, Gabe. If you need a place to stay during tourney week, check out Bangor Grand Hotel. Make it your home away from home. Check out newly renovated rooms, heated pool, lounge, event center, and live entertainment. All guests get free breakfast at the Blue Sky Lounge Restaurant, located just west of I-95 on the northwest corner of I-395 at Nodland Road in Bangor. Make Bangor Grand your tournament stay. All right, 6:46 on the clock. It's going to be Bulldogs ball following the timeout here. They're looking to try to massage some possessions if the Wolverines will allow them, as we have a half-court trap played here by Schenck and knocked out of bounds off the arm of Ryan Ingles. Ball played into the corner, and Ferguson, who hasn't scored much since his explosive first quarter where he had 15 points, still probably the difference maker on the ball games. There's a foul inside. See who that one goes against. I believe it's going to be against Powers. Looked like it was a hold. The action was away from the ball. More than likely a hold on the interior there. 15th team foul.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to keep Feeney from getting the ball there. It looked like Feeney had gotten the position, got wide open underneath, and so he grabbed it and make sure he didn't get an open layup.
And looking to get the ball in bounds, and does. Feeney, it almost looked like he was hopping out of bounds there. And he played the ball in beautifully to Ferguson. And Kason Ferguson, he's got 20 points on the ball game now. Ball played around the perimeter for the Wolverines. It was Jacobs who took a three at the top of the key. Ingles came away the rebound. He goes up in the middle of the lane and is fouled. So Ryan Ingles headed back to the free throw line here. Chance at a three-point opportunity. 6:10 remaining, 14-point ball game. Those are just the first points of the fourth quarter for the Wolverines. Free throw off the mark, strong rebound by Feeney. Wolverines sticking with this half-court trap. Pass to the corner, and Ferguson, he picks up his dribble. Now kind of stuck in no man's land. Strong pass along the baseline, found its way to Shane Feeney. And Shane Feeney goes up and in for 2 along the baseline. Quite the ball game so far for Feeney. Mason McDonough on the offensive end for the Wolverines. Pulls up along the baseline. His shot off the mark. Ryan Ingles, another offensive rebound. He goes up and in for 2. Timeout taken by Coach Hutchins and the Wolverines. We'll keep it here. I want to let you know about one more of our sponsors here. Black Bear Cranes, a family-owned and operated crane and rigging service provider located in Herman, covering the state of Maine with cranes from 27 to 240 tons, from roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast erection, to modular home and communications equipment. Call 977-BEAR today. Gabe, what do you think they're talking about in the huddles right now?
You know, I have to expect that Schenck's going to focus in on trying to get turnovers here. You're down 14 with 5 minutes left. You got to make something happen because right now Machias isn't giving you any chances. So you have to start making chances yourself. You got to be aggressive on defense and offense. Start press fully. It's going to take some work to get back in this down 14.
And it's going to probably turn into a free throw game late here. If the Bulldogs can knock down their free throws, it's going to be real tough for the Wolverines to come back here. Ball being played through the press. Foul right at the midcourt line. That's going to go against McDonough, and Ferguson not headed to the free throw line yet. One more foul before we get to that point.
And just for reference, they shot 5 for 9 in their last game from the free throw line here at the crosshair.
Ferguson plays it in to Foss. Foss, strong extra pass to Mickey Fitzsimmons. Looks like the Bulldogs content to try to just pass the ball along the perimeter if they can afford to, before trying to give it to Feeney inside, but a cutting McDonough knocked it out of bounds. That action came from the right side corner, looking for the post-up to Feeney on the right side block, but it was McDonough knocking it out of bounds. 5:13 remaining. At the end of this one, I'm going to head over for interviews that'll be provided on our YouTube channel after the game. Gabe will stay here and wrap it up real quickly for you. And we're going to have more coverage, another live audio broadcast immediately after this one. Gabe and Chris Lesnar will be on the call for that. That's going to be a ton of fun, Gabe.
Yeah, absolutely. Super excited. BCS versus Southern District.
And nice action inside. Foss pass to Kason Ferguson, who had a wide open opportunity on the left side block and went up and in for 2. All kind of drawn up out of the out-of-bounds play there. On the offensive end for the Wolverines now, it's Whitehouse. Gives it out to Jacobs and Ingles at the top of the key. Ingles spins in the middle of the lane, throws up a shot, and Kason Ferguson's fouled. Hard, but both sides definitely just trying to crash the glass there.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Ferguson, Gabe's going to head to the free throw line.
Yeah, and since you said that he hadn't scored since his explosion, he's got 2 buckets, and he looks like he's going back to the free throw line.
He's got 22 on the ball game. I think regardless of what's going to happen in these final 4:41 remaining in the ball game, if the Bulldogs pull out the win here, Kason Ferguson's going to be the player of the game in terms of, you know, what he did in that first half. Where it was a close ball game, it was 20-17 at one point, and he had 18 of the team's 20.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
His first shot on a 1-on-1 there, Gabe, sorry to interrupt, is good.
Yeah, no, I mean, and without his points right now, I mean, they'd be in trouble. You know, I mean, they would be down 5. So, I mean, he's been crucial for this game.
And the second one from the free throw line off the mark, rebounded by McDonough. Mason McDonough loses control of the ball. It's going to travel out of bounds. Going to go back to the Bulldogs. You know, Machias, they're proving in this one why they're a top 2 team in Class D North.
Yeah, absolutely. They're showing why they earned that 2 spot right there. I mean, you had a game where in the middle of January where they beat Schenck by about 30. So they wanted to show that that wasn't just a fluke. That the first time they played them, when they only beat them by 6, that this is really what this team can do. And they've come out and proved that so far.
And now the Bulldogs just passing it along the perimeter. The Wolverines doing a good job applying pressure, but they got to be careful not to extend too far here. They're either going to end up with a foul or a back cut at the rim. And Shane Feeney wanted it. Bobby Richardson passes inside to Ferguson. And Gabe, that was a situation where swinging it along the perimeter extended the pressure of the Wolverines, overextended, backdoor cut, and a foul at the rim for Kason Ferguson.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the best way to break a zone, right, is when you can really get that ball moving across that top. Starts to make everybody move. And my coach in high school always used to say that as Kason Ferguson makes his first, the ball always travels faster than a person, right? So if you can get that ball moving real fast, nobody's going to be able to catch up to it. You should get an open shot.
Absolutely. Second one off the mark.
Feeney with the board and puts it right back in.
So good job by Feeney on the follow. Feeney's having a great ball game as well. On the other end, 3 put up, off the mark, rebounded by Ingles, but saved into Mickey Fitzsimmons. Ball played ahead to Ethan Foss. 20-point ball game now, 3:40 remaining. Mason McDonough intercepts the pass that was played back to the top of the key. And McDonough tried to go up all the way to the top, throw that ball down, unable to do so successfully. And a foul after McDonough got the rebound back, kind of circled it back out.
Yeah, I love the idea of trying to dunk there, but I mean, if you're trying to come back in this game, you should take those 2 easy points. Obviously, the flare is nice, but I mean, I think you want to take the 2 points there.
Yeah, absolutely. You do want the 2 points, but for the fun, and maybe that's the way the Wolverines are looking at it now as Guyberson puts in a 3. Gonna have a timeout taken by Coach Aaron Hutchins and the Wolverines. We're gonna take it with him and rejoin you in a moment.
Folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation: that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So, how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the MPA and the Maine Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back here following the timeout. It's going to be Bulldog basketball, and the Wolverines, they're out in a full court press. Ferguson looking to play the ball in, almost stolen, but ends up in the arms of Richardson, plays it all the way down court to Foss, and Foss for a layup at the other end. So Ethan Foss gets his first 2 points of the ball game, and now it's a 19-point ball game. Nick Power is going to take a 3. That cuts into the lead. Powers knocks down a 3, 16-point ball game. On the other end, really quickly played down to Richardson, who gets an easy layup. So offense coming free and easy now. From the corner is Powers. Shot goes long. Rebound out to McDonough. He drives baseline, dumps it off to Ingles. Ingles going to be called for an offensive foul inside. The ball went through the basket as he made it, and the charge was taken by Ferguson, who was directly underneath the basket, and the ball landed off the top of his forehead.
His reaction was quite funny.
Yeah, it was. He just kind of laid on the floor and accepted it there for a moment.
Yeah.
Timeout taken by the Bulldogs. We're going to keep it here, actually. Let you know about some of our sponsors, and that if you need a place to stay during tourney week, check out the Bangor Grand Hotel. Make it your home away from home. Check out newly renovated rooms, heated pool, lounge, event center, and live entertainment. All guests get free breakfast at the Blue Sky Lounge restaurant, located just west of I-95 on the northwest corner of I-395 and Audlin Road in Bangor. Make Bangor grand your tournament stay. Black Bear Cranes, a family-owned and operated crane and rigging service provider located in Herman, covering the state of Maine with cranes from 27 to 240 tons, from roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast erection to modular home and communications equipment. Call 977-BEAR today. We would like to thank Emery Lee & Sons. They have been a family-owned and operated business since 1963, who take pride in their exceptional services they provide and always offer free estimates There's no job too large or too small. They have a vast range of services, including excavations, foundations, precast septic tanks, blocks, etc. Call them at 207-723-8850 or go to the website emery-lee-sons-inc.business.site. All right, Gabe, we return to the action here. Taking it out of bounds are the Bulldogs and Ferguson. Looking to break through the pressure. Played into Mickey Fitzsimmons. Over to Ferguson to Feeney. Ball almost stolen. Feeney gets it across half court, though. Expect a foul to be coming soon. 2:25 remaining. Foul is now played, and that's going to go against Ingles. He's walking towards the bench. That might be his fifth there. Ryan Ingles has now fouled out of the ball game. Second Wolverine to foul out. Brady McAvoy fouled earlier. He embraces Coach Hutchins on the side there. You know, a great season by a great player in Ryan Ingles. Feeney's first from the free throw line off the mark.
Absolutely. McDonald's all-star this year, so he'll play another game, just not in that uniform.
Yeah. As it does appear, the Bulldogs now have a commanding lead in this one. 18-point lead as Mason McDonough does rebound that off the missed free throw. Both were missed by Feeney. There's still 2:23 left in the ball game. It's a game of basketball. Anything can happen. But if the Bulldogs hold on to this one, they'll advance to the regional final, and they hold an 18-point lead. And Richardson fouls out of the ball game now. So Bobby Richardson fouls out. He actually ends up with a nice night. Have him down for 9 points on the ball game. Did a lot of good things out there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge for them in this game. Gave them a spark in the second half. It's been great for them.
Ball being swung along the perimeter now for the Wolverines on their offensive end. Gagnon underneath. He fades away from the low block. Shot off the mark. Batted around on the rebound. It comes away to Shane Feeney. 2:09 remaining. Shane Feeney going to walk down and go to the other end. Downtown with Rich Kimball is proud to be a sponsor of coverage of the 2023 high school basketball tournament. Downtown is the place to turn for entertainment, sports, and radio's best guest list. Weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. on WZON, AM 620, and streaming worldwide at downtownwithrichkimball.com. Shane Feeney's about to attempt his first from the free throw line here. First is good. More substitutions now checking in for the Wolverines. Feeney now 7 points on the quarter.
They have 6 on the floor, so somebody has to come off. There we go.
Yeah, all the substitutions made now here. That might be the final call for some of the Wolverines in this one with 2:09 remaining. Will yet to be seen. Coach Hutchins embracing his troops on their side now, and ball saved in and controlled off the free throw miss by Feeney. It's Osborne with it now, still out there for the Wolverines. Shot by Mason McDonough off the mark. Ferguson the rebound. We'll try to get you all the jersey numbers of everybody who's checked in now for the Wolverines. Feeney in transition, going to go all the way uncontested to the rim for two. Might be some substitutions set to check in for the Bulldogs, you'd assume, at some point here. Shane Feeney adds 2 more. He had a nice ball game, as on the other end it's Osborne taking a 3. Gagnon the rebound for the Wolverines. Both sidelines now emptying as substitutions being made. See if they'll take a timeout here and get these guys in. As Feeney now another rebound. A great game out of him. But I believe Ferguson just did too much in the ball game here. Steal, and now in transition, Mason McDonough just going to lay that one up. So with 1:12 remaining here, going to be a quick timeout taken. I believe this is going to be just to get the substitutions in mainly, but both sides going to head to their bench here. Mason McDonough adds 2 points. Gabe, Machias Bulldogs, they're going to advance in this one. I'm going to leave in a moment so I can go grab interviews at the end of this ball game. But let's start to look at some of the stats as the starters have left the game in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're going to have, McAvoy may have fouled out early. I do want to at least highlight the fact that he had a great tournament. He had 2 rebounds in this game, had 2 steals in that first quarter, was really helpful for them. Ryan Ingles, who also fouled out, I believe he ends with 16 or 17. My math could be incorrect on one, so I'll give you 2. So 2 of those guys that fouled out for them looked fantastic in this game, even though McAvoy may have not gotten a lot of minutes.
And ball played in by the Bulldogs, but right after getting across half court, thrown out of bounds. You've got Lucas Robichaud in. You have Drew Taylor in, as well as Hayden Blake and Caden Carter and number 40, Caden Demarest. And I'm going to let Gabe take it over now as I'm going to get ready in position. Thank you all for joining me on this one. Stick around for Gabe as he controls the end of this broadcast.
Gagnon with the rebound. We'll get over to the other Gagnon. Rebound number 5, Hayden Blake. Over to Lucas Robichaud. Up on top of the perimeter. Over to Caden Demarest. Caden Demarest takes it to the middle of the paint. Turnaround jumper is good for Caden Demarest. We've got Braden Osborne with the ball here at the top of the three-point line. He kicks it over to Gabe Brown. Gabe Brown will attack the basket, running to the paint. Will get fouled by Caden Demarest. He'll go to the free throw line. Machias in this game has played a great defensive game. I mean, you've really been able to keep Ingles and McAvoy limited in this game, and it's really helped them to close this game out as Brown puts that first free throw through. And Feeney's been a huge factor in the second half. He's helped elevate them and give them this big lead. And Brown makes his second. 9 seconds left here. The Bulldogs are going to win. Lucas Robichaud is dribbling the clock out. It's number 5, Hayden Blake puts the 3 up. He'll miss. Rebound underneath, but that will not be good, and that is your ball game. 61-42, Machias over Schenck. They will advance and play the winner of Bangor Christian Southern Aroostook. I just want to thank our sponsors one last time. Sibley Transportation, Downtown with Rich Kimball, Black Bear Crane, Bangor Grand, Dexter Municipal Golf Course, Ames Chiropractic, Rowell's Garage, Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union, Kimball Insurance, Herring Brothers, Emery Lee & Sons, and C&K Variety. I would like to thank you guys all for tuning in today. Don't go anywhere because we will be right back with our Bangor Christian and Southern Aroostook game. But until then, thank you for watching.